Shonda,
I'm here.
Alicia,
Here.
Marcus,
Here.
Clay's here, Ashley,
Here.
Steve,
Here.
Larry,
Here.
and 2 people in the audience. Thank y'all for coming. We'll do the invocation with Alicia and the Pledge of Allegiance with Sean.
Dear Heavenly Father, I just want to thank you for this day that you've given each and every one of us, Lord. I just ask that you watch over our community and guide us as we make the best decisions, Lord. We just give you all the praise and the glory. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, item number 3, additions, deletions, or corrections to the agenda. Seeing none. Item number 3, item number 4, discuss and or approve the following meeting minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes, May the 6th.
Okay, motion by Sean to approve the May 6, 2025 meeting.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. July 1st, 2025, regular meeting minutes.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Alicia,
Second.
seconded by Sean. Any discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries. All right. Report of officers, city manager.
Okay, for broadband, it's been up and down here particularly the last year or so. I guess the federal government did change the criteria and I guess authorize the start of the program again. So the state is going to open up the BEAD challenge, which is you have the opportunity if you have unserved and underserved people in the area, you can apply for that BEAD challenge money. It's opened on July 14th and it's going to be open for 21 calendar days. I think that's August 4th, I believe, or whatever. So anyway, the process is started again. I've listened to, they had a webinar when I listened to it. They have a lot of detail on it yet. They will continue to see if we can get
And you would be the one to apply for, correct?
the city with it.
Yes.
Yes.
It wouldn't be Connie.
No.
You would have to fill it
No,
out.
this
Okay.
is through the state every area piece of property in Florida, and you can go in there in your particular area, and you can see how much supposedly unserved and underserved folks you have. So
Okay.
it's, but and then we did get contacted by the Conquest representative saying that this project that they've been doing around the city that's getting close to completion, they should be able to start serving customers in the fourth quarter of this year. So at least that's progress. And then on Monday morning, we got, along with every other local government in Florida, we got a letter from the state's Department of Government Efficiency asking for some information. Back in March, that was they inquired about if anybody was in any kind of a situation where fiscal problem, that kind of thing. We replied we didn't have any, but this time they're asking for detail on all the revenue that we collect, the type of revenue and type of expenditures. They would get down to, breaking out revenue between like property tax, different things, and same with expenses. So you have to clarify that. For the bigger locations, they have to do 5 years worth of data. But fortunately, we're in the small categories, so we just have to do the 1 year of it. But we would have been replied back by next Monday. So we're working on that.
You have to have the information by next Monday, or you have to have
reply back.
that you,
They send you the worksheet that you have to put it in, and so we're in the process of putting that information in, and we send the worksheet back to them. It's got to be in by next Monday
That's for 24.
for 24.
So let me ask you, how much man hours do you think you'll have tied up in that?
Well, probably the information gathering is not bad, but the form you got to put it in is a nightmare. So it probably you're probably gonna have couple of days, we'll work into it.
Okay,
Because we have the information, it's just, like I said, getting it in, putting it in the format they wanted to, and then, like I said, that spreadsheet that we're working with is a pain. But like I said, yeah, I was just gonna comply, because that was.
It's like they for what you said.
In the last session, they had a bill passed that the executive office of the governors has legal authority to request and review financial documents and data systems belonging to local jurisdictions. So that's now been incorporated into the law. But like I said, we'll reply back. It's just, I see continued
right.
oversight in that area, but I think that's it.
Okay,
On Monday night, like I said, we set the proposed millage rate and the date of the first public hearing, so we get that advertised. And, so that, like I said, that'll be on Monday night's meeting.
So we're gonna do the meeting at 5, correct?
Yeah.
Special meeting at 5.
Yeah.
I might call in, but I'll see how it goes. As opposed to come in.
okay,
Yeah, I think it's it.
Because I think the
Okay.
only thing for that meeting will be reading the TEFRA resolution, because that's gonna coincide, it had to be next week. Because that's for, I think, the Imagine school, and that's supposed to close by the end of the month, so.
Larry, does anybody have anything for Larry? Everybody's good? Okay, Larry, thank you. Steve, you got anything?
Earlier today, Larry, Ashley, myself, and our planner, Mr. Utley, had a conference call to follow up on where we were from the last meeting, because we had talked about a little bit that some of the codes need to be revamped, revised, brought into the 21st century. So there were a few items that had come up that he's working on already. One being the marina development, which he's going to follow up with the county's review person to trying to keep that going. So the marina people can hopefully then submit their site plan and go from there. Another issue with the state, but then we talked a little bit about our code in general. My suggestion was to focus on the zoning part of it first. I think that's the most critical, especially as
Yeah.
hopefully we grow,
Mhm.
things start happening, and we're in a better position with the zoning. And especially like with the industrial, because we have a lot of heavy uses in industrial that are really not appropriate in the city at this point in time. And I like to pare down the list of the industrial uses. Really, the only industrial property of significance is the acreage across from the yacht club. So I'd want to prevent, like, at some point, somebody coming in with that much land and doing some really intensive industrial project that, would create a lot of particular issues, and
So you don't rezone it?
not rezone it, just pare down the list on what the uses and
Okay.
our industrial uses are. So instead of like a junkyard or, storage, maybe light manufacturing, other types of lighter industrial types of uses that would be more conducive in Moorhead. Want to look at the commercial as well, and then our process when people come in to apply for different types of businesses and uses, what process are we going to go by for inspections and what should be done ahead of time, so we don't get into situations where you have to go back after the fact and use code enforcement because it's not an appropriate use or somebody's misrepresented what they're going to be doing with the particular piece of
So-
property.
And I'm glad you brought that up. We all know there's an issue around town now, but so if a new business comes into town and he files walk me through the process, somebody. I mean, does the
Well, right now
county-
it's very limited because we review it, but only really, it's what I would call a cursory review to make sure it's appropriately zoned. But we don't go a whole lot further than that unless, correct me if I'm wrong.
We're basically taking their word for what they're doing without any follow-up to make
Let me
sure
ask
that's
you a
actually
question.
what they're doing.
Go ahead.
Were you issued code books? For you? You have one?
A code book? Yeah.
Code of
That's
ordinances.
that big.
Yep.
Yeah, I got one.
We're also online too.
Yeah. Well, whenever I got here and I explained this to Brad as well, Maxine hadn't updated it for years, so I don't know what's in there and what's not in there. There's just stacks of the papers to go in. I don't know what needs to be taken out or what needs to be put
The
in.
problem is the company's changed. They're no longer updating the big black book.
Or not?
It's
Everything-
online.
Everything is done online
Okay.
because, it was costly to do those books, I guess. So Muni Code, I guess, is that company that does that. So they're basically supporting everything online. So the most, and there is some lag. When you pass an ordinance, it's going to take a while
Oh, absolutely.
to get into the code book, but those are the most up to date that's available.
Generally, what I do is I Google Code of Ordinances, Henry County, Code of Ordinances, Fort Myers Beach, whatever, and the Muni code pops up, and then you just can scroll through the items to get to the category you're looking for. Is usually the most. I have an old book, but it's
I do
again not been supplemented and kept up with, so I just use it preliminarily just for a start, and then I follow up
And they
usually
used
with
to-
Ashley and.
Remember, we used to get the packets every so often. We had-
Yeah, they haven't-
I consider Maxine, yeah, she handed them out when she had to type them once they were
Right,
going through
right.
the process.
But she was handing them out to y'all, but the books that are here, she was not putting them in them. So I
Well,
don't,
that's
they're
you and her,
stacks.
not me.
Well, but
So,
I'm just answering the question because it was made out to be like I wasn't given a
So-
book. So
does the county ordinance circumsede city ordinance?
no, one's county, one's city.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Keep in mind too that cities have what's called municipal home rule power.
Mhm.
So we have our autonomy, unless we're prohibited by law. Obviously, state versus city is another story, but that's generally how it works. But getting back to the process is very, in my opinion, lax. Because anywhere else you go and you say, I'm going to open this business, you have to go through inspections, you have to have the fire department come in and make sure
That's
whatever.
kind of where I'm going with this.
Yeah. So the whole intent is to little by little, because it's a massive project. It's obviously to go back through every category. But to me, the most important is the zoning. If you recall, like right before Mr. LaRue retired, we had redone our code enforcement ordinances to more or less get those up to current. So I think we're good as far as the code enforcement process is concerned. But everything else is a dip. So to me, the most potentially litigious area are your zoning issues in any particular jurisdiction. So I've requested that he go through, do a review, start with the industrial, go to commercial, look at what categories we really like. For instance, we have ag. We don't need ag in our zoning
Not in
because
the city,
we don't have ag in the city. At one point, perhaps, but not. So more or less a comprehensive overview, have the planner do it. And then it would come back to be adopted by city council, obviously, chapter by chapter, essentially. So zoning's chapter 125, that's what we're going to look at first. And this whole criteria of what somebody has to go through, it's just not good enough to look at the zoning and say, okay, you're good to go because it's zoning. And then all of a sudden, after the fact, you've got problems.
That's exactly where I want to go.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you're taking their word, that's what they're gonna do, but there's no follow-up. Not basically on our part, but are they zoned right? Are they where they're supposed to be? Are they,
mhm.
and there's a whole list of, I mean, a restaurant, what did anybody check? I mean, we're just basically trusting the individual, and that's not necessarily the right way.
Right.
And I'm not pointing at the city staff by no means. We're doing the best we can. and they're doing.
That's
Oh,
all
they do.
That's all we've been told to
They
do.
do what's on the books.
Exactly,
Mhm.
and that we need to tighten that up, then follow that with code enforcement.
Well, code enforcement, we're good. That's actually the most up-to-date
Yeah,
overall
'Cause it's
ordinance.
almost exactly the state statute, word for word.
Yeah, we went back and, and I had Mr. LaRue rewrite that.
well, and I say that to say this, we can't ask Colleen to do a job and then not give her some teeth to do it with.
Well,
So
she
I'm gonna
has-
make
she
sure
has
she's
the
got
teeth.
Everything she's,
Code enforcement are good, but I'm more concerned with these other categories
yes, sir.
that start
No,
coming
you're
back
right.
and chipping away
You're correct.
and getting those up to speed. And to me, zoning is the most critical. And then like fences came up as well, coordinating the fence ordinance. So as we work through 2 or 3 chapters, we'll go to another 2 or 3, and
Yeah.
over time, we'll hopefully all be in the 21st century. So
By the 23rd.
by the 20
Yeah.
It'll need to be updated. again.
Larry and I will still be here, but really
Does,
old.
you got anything else?
I'm good.
Anybody got anything for Steve? All right, thanks, Steve. Ms. Wills, do you have anything? Would you like to say anything?
I'm working on the 24 audit.
Okay. Does anybody have anything for Ashley?
Yeah, I'm good. That's good because I'm sure Angela's gonna be bugging me soon
Uh-huh.
about where is it and
Well, all the stuff's on there, the requests and everything. So
Okay, good.
I've been working on them.
Okay, does anybody have anything for Ashley? Okay, Craig A. Smith. CAS Governmental Services.
She's out of town.
Yeah. King, you taking Brad's spot tonight?
Yeah,
All right.
everything is, copacetic. Everything is normal. Cutting grass, trying to keep up. Doing work orders, normal thing. So. That's Mr. Chip, that's anything, you know that.
Okay.
Appreciate you stepping in, King.
Yeah. The normal.
No problems that you know of at the wastewater plant or the water plant?
No, I know they had that meeting this morning and it's still that reminded about doing the bid thing, but I haven't heard anything. I have a bud.
The bid for the ball field lift station, it opens on Friday. So yesterday and today, they had it unlocked because the contractors are coming by to do an on-site visit to make their bid. So we had it open yesterday, one of them couldn't make it, so they came back this morning. So the preparation for that day. You kind of mentioned the sewer work. I mean, they're out to the plant. They got the list of stuff they're working on. There's a lot of things that are due in. It's not in yet. But also Clay from Craig A. Smith is making routine visits out there and he's providing a weekly report, on all the status of all those. So
Okay.
we got a couple things. What the lift is broken still, so that's hindering pulling up the membranes and that. But I think it's an electrical issue. Taylor's trying to get it resolved. So
Okay. Did they ever get the checklist, the daily and weeklies and checklists done?
they have started putting together, but right now everybody's working on these projects, these issues, getting certain items fixed. So as soon as we get caught up with that, they
Then
can
we'll
go
go.
back to the regular
Daily
checklist.
routine.
Like whatever gets in today, that's what they're
Working on
working on.
each day.
Everything's seems to be backlogged.
Does anybody have anything for King and or Larry?
I do.
Yes,
I have
Mrs.
something.
Crosby.
The guys that's reading the meters, my mom's getting her yard mowed on Saturday and, the guy hit the pipe where her meter was at. I think I told you that day,
Water meter.
the water meter. These guys are guessing what these meters are because her meter thing was covered in dirt. I had someone call me last night and the same thing with her as well. I think she said you took care of her. The meter is, when you read their meter, the dirt is like about that thick covering it. So I don't know how these guys, they're just guessing these numbers and turning these people numbers in, and their bills is getting high. The lady who called me yesterday, she said she spoke to Ashley, and you took care of that for her. Thank you for that. But we need to be mindful when they're reading those meters to make sure it's accurate. And if they need to dig in that hole or get something, they need to get it done, because it's not right to be sitting here guessing these people's numbers, and these people bills are going up, going up. My mom is on a fixed income, and I took a picture of it. And it was sad. And he was digging and digging and digging, and he still didn't get to the bottom of it. It was just that thick. And whoever that was that read that meter, he just guessing and putting in numbers. And that something needs to be done. It's not fair to these people. It's not fair at all.
I will address it tomorrow.
Not fair to the city either. You're
It's
right.
not fair.
You're right, I'll address it. Yeah.
All right.
We'll talk about, I saw.
And one more thing, I know they say when you're driving a car, you're not supposed to be texting and driving on those gators, that those guys riding in. I was coming behind the car, head out to summer camp. I got left from getting some lunch, and one of the workers on the gator on his phone had his head down like this right here, driving like this, and the lady blew that horn. He jumped up and put the phone down. I looked at him, I was like that, but please tell them that the same laws apply to when they drive them cars. Do not text on those gators, because it would have been bad.
Did you by any chance get a equipment number?
I know who it was.
Will you mind telling Mr. Bell when the meeting's over? Don't say it on,
No, I won't.
and, Mr. Bell, you make
I will.
sure
I'll know
it's
that.
addressed. Cause I think every one of us on this council has addressed
Mhm.
gator issues, for lack of a better word.
Yes.
And, let's, before somebody gets killed or we lose something, let's take care of that, please, sir.
Staying in the month.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. All right, and I'm
Just go ahead.
done.
Okay, Alicia, do you have anything? You sure? I see smoke. Who are you thinking? Mark?
I just want to say thanks to for taking over. I didn't know. I asked Mr. Tibbs what was going on, and I appreciate it.
Well, I think
Well,
I'm
one
coming.
more thing that I wanted to say.
Of course.
Right quick is that, like I told the guys and I told,
Jerry?
Jerry, it's hurricane season. He called. And it's me personally, because I'm in the electrical department and, we have a bad storm has been horrendous lately for whatever reason, so I can imagine how the hurricane season is going to be. But
Hey,
basically,
tone that down a little bit.
Right.
Not gonna do that.
But I'm telling the guys to get abreast of hurricane season, i.e. stuff around like debris, mattresses, when people put stuff out. So I've been addressing Jerry, like, when you see something, if it's not at a person's residence, pick it up, or we can try to build what we can build. But we definitely keep the roads and the streets clear as possible.
But I know the first thing that I've heard lately is, well, there's not a ticket on it. Let's be a little mindful yes, we need a ticket,
Yeah, common sense.
common sense. But if you see something, a branch or some,
Yeah.
go ahead and get it.
Yeah.
And
And I'm glad you're seeing
let's
that.
don't go crazy
Yeah,
with this ticket deal.
Yeah, I'm
I
glad.
mean, hey, if it was January, I might not.
I disagree completely,
But,
because
well-
you're not in the office dealing with these people
No,
fighting these
I get it, but
charges. I
but
disagree.
if
You're
you
going against
got-
the ordinance.
If you got this time of year, July, August, September, when there's there's possibility of storm blow in here. And I'm not saying a large pile.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm saying if you ride by and some palm fronds have blown out the road, or common sense stuff.
Jerry uses his discretion.
Right.
He uses-
Right. I mean, if it's to actual user grab, that's one thing. But if there's just some branches out there in the road, get them and get them out of the way. Because God knows we don't need to be up here the day of a storm trying to pick up people's garbage, so that.
Well, y'all had already went back on that, on the branches and stuff like that. We're picking them up and charging.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But like mattresses and
No,
box
no, no, no,
springs
no, no,
and
no,
that
no,
type of
no,
stuff.
No, I'm not. No, that's not what I'm saying.
Sign out to the community center by the garbage dumpster, but thank y'all for doing that because I watched a guy do that. And then I guess he saw that sign that's
Mhm.
saying that you get caught dumping, $5 fine, and he pulled off really slow. And it's so sad that they have to dump their trash there on the ground
Mhm.
by the community center. But that sign took care of that problem.
Oh, they
But
still
on
do it out here, even though we have a sign.
Another note,
There's three of
with
them.
the storms coming up and all of that, right across my mom's house, someone cut out some trees today. They all laid outside that road. Is someone picking those up tomorrow or what? Miss.
Is it
my
in-
mom's
Is there a
neighbor
ticket?
Is it in Washington Park?
in Washington Park?
Okay,
Yeah.
no,
Know about it.
but,
Okay.
Washington Park, we're not required to pick up garbage service out there. They have to sign up for garbage services. So if there's not services on his property.
Let's leave the whole-
Okay.
Yeah, like big ones right in front of
Rest of
my
it.
Okay.
All right, thank you so much.
Right now on Avenue O in the 400 block, there's all kinds of furniture sitting out. I don't know if he's told you about it or not. But there's must be at least 2 sofas and 3 or 4 chairs. How long we have to put up
That's
with that?
on us?
That's a code enforcement.
Oh, that's what I said.
She usually goes by,
No.
Unless you saw something I didn't see.
code enforcement officer usually goes by and gives them a door hanger to let them know that they have to call in. And then if they don't, she can take code enforcement precautions on that.
And when it gets up?
Yeah.
I mean, it's taking up the whole front yard along the street.
You got a ticket? You
If
got a
it
ticket,
hasn't been
King?
picked up.
Probably not. I can call them and just, tell them to call in. Not somebody.
I imagine Colleen's probably already done a door tag if that's the case.
It's a lot of furniture.
Yes, sir.
You got it on the R2?
Yeah, I see one on R2.
Right there.
That's what I thought you were talking about. You got anything else? Steelers gonna win the Super Bowl? I've got one thing, and I apologize, I haven't looked at the budget, but we need to look at Larry. I got a dumpster and it's in pretty bad shape. Matter of fact, I hope it can raise up and dump. We need to look at some more 5s and some more 10s. And
We
go
don't
ahead,
have 10.
or what's it, 5s?
We just have one size
5s.
Mhm.
Okay, we need to look at some more
or
5s.
6, whatever it is.
Yeah. And because if anything, take the ones that are in the shape this one's in and at least junk it. Or I don't think patching it is gonna do it. If the ones that we can patch, let's patch, but that one there, you ain't gonna patch. So that's something we need to be looking at also. Get us a quote of what we need to spend to do it. And, other than that, unless anybody has anything for me,
Well, y'all were still on the public works superintendent. You'd still gotta do the bills and stuff. We ain't even made it to y'all's
Oh, I'm
report.
sorry.
I did it ahead of time.
I've blown my mind. Okay. If nobody has anything for King or Larry, item number 6, approval of bills in the amount of $147,620.47.
I make a motion.
Motion by Sean, seconded by Alicia. Any questions? All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries. Citizen comments. Seeing none, we will move to item number 8, mayor and council to give reports. We've already done that, unless y'all want to do them again. Okay. Sean, you don't have anything on that?
I do.
Okay, there you go.
Anywhere on the skate park for the kids?
That ain't happening
It's not.
because we've discussed it numerous times.
Mhm.
Our attorney has advised us and our insurance company has advised us, no,
Okay.
because that's a liability and that's all we need to do is get a kid hurt. All right?
The water park makes me nervous enough.
Yeah.
All right, understandable. I'm done.
You're done now? All right, we're gonna go through it again. Alicia,
I don't have anything.
Mark, I did what I said, what I was gonna have to say. Item 9, discuss financial statement if needed. Y'all wanna talk about the finances? Okay.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Motion by Sean to adjourn, seconded by Alicia. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?